back down.
Here's what Deion Sanders had to say about where his son Shedeur and maybe Travis Hunter will go at the top of next year's draft. So there are certain cities that it ain't gonna happen. It's gonna be in Eli. Meaning there are certain teams in certain cities that will be told they should not draft Shedeur or maybe Travis because they will not play for that team in that town. Eli Manning and his father, of course, made it clear to the Chargers he wanted to play in New York for the Giants, and that happened then in 2004. So, Keyshawn, your reaction to what Deion said?
I agree with Deion. Look, man, I understand we all tend to turn our sights on what the Mannings did, right? That's the gold standard. If you want to do it, go to the Mannings.
And by the way, just to clarify and bring people up to date, that was 2004. So obviously Archie and Eli said, no, we want to play in New York. So they forced a trade. So New York sent to the Chargers Phillip Rivers and a 1 and a 3 and a 5. So it was a pretty big blockbuster trade. But Phillip Rivers was pretty great.
Yeah, they couldn't get the deal done. Yeah. They couldn't get the deal done right before the clock was going to run out.
Yeah.
So they just basically said, like they do in the NBA, we're going to take him and then we'll move him at a later date.
Yeah.
I have no problem with what Deion is talking about. But the Mannings are not the first to say that they don't want to play in a certain city at all. If you go back as far as John Elway.
You did?
John Elway said, no, I don't want to be in Baltimore. I'll go play for the Yankees, okay? Because I know that the Baltimore situation at that time was horrible at front office management. You still have those same issues in certain situations in certain cities and towns. And Deion is dialed in as he is to the NFL. He could talk to Roger Goodell, he could talk to other owners, and they'll tell him, nah, they still haven't learned their lesson. He doesn't want to set his kids up for failure. Not his kids, but Travis Hunter, one of his, basically is his son.
He is.
And Shedeur doesn't want to allow them to go somewhere where an organization doesn't have its together. Why would I want to be stuck for years somewhere where all of a sudden everything is about the quarterback? It's the reason not only the city doesn't understand. Like, it's just certain situations you just don't welcome. Even my own self, when I was being drafted #1 overall to the Jets, I actually told the Jets the night before the draft, don't draft me.
You did?
Absolutely, 100%. Written in my book, everybody knows it. But they did it anyway. And the reason I didn't want to be drafted is because they wanted to pay me like the 10th pick of the draft instead of like the first pick of the draft in a pre-draft deal. I said, I'm not looking to be in a pre-draft deal. I'd rather go to Jacksonville at #2 and get what I know I'm supposed to get rather than have y'all treat me as if I'm something different than the #1 overall pick. So don't draft me. They wind up drafting me anyway.
And what happened with the money?
I held all the way out until the start of the season, and we finally got a deal done. But that just certain situations in the organization was being run bad.
First pick money?
Yeah.
When you finally...
I held out to get what I needed.
Okay.
You know, but in situations like with Deion, you want to put them and make sure they in the right situation, especially at quarterback. As I always say, surroundings are important. The situation is extremely important, okay? These young quarterbacks come in, and there's no real guidance. The first thing that the fan base and everybody wants to do is throw them in the mix. And then they don't work out 2-3 years later. You Justin Fields, you on 3 different coordinators and 2 different head coaches that are both horrible, and everybody blames you. So I'm with Prime 100%, man. Do what you need to do to get your son in the right position to succeed. By the way,
quick order before we go to Paul, but quick order of business. The Dallas Cowboys early on did that with Russell Maryland. They took him #1, but he was clearly like the 10th pick in the draft, and you didn't think you were the 10th pick in the draft.
No.
So Russell Maryland gladly took the honor of being the first pick in the draft and much lower money, and it really set up the Cowboys to turn into their 90s dynasty.
Good for Russell.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I mean, I like what Deion is doing. He's taking the pressure off his players instead of them coming to the media and not being well-liked. But you guys got to understand, this happens across all sports involuntarily because there's situations that you're saying, we're not going to work out for you, which means I don't want to be there, no matter what pick. So it happens in basketball and it happens in football. It's just the simple fact that Deion came out and said there's certain organizations we're not going to play for. And so I didn't work out for certain teams because I didn't want to be there. And if I had and I was on the draft board in my draft to be there, but they knew him coming in, he's not going to be there. And this happened, I believe, in 2000. Steve Francis was going to get picked, I think, 1 or 2 to Vancouver Grizzlies at the time. And he said, instead of me going there, I'm going to retire. This is a kid coming out of college. He said, if you guys draft me, I'll retire. You know, so it happens all the time. And so I love the fact that Deion is taking the pressure off to these guys. And we are in a time of player empowerment to where players really control the narrative and where they go and where they play nowadays. And so if it's a situation to where it works out for them position-wise to where they'll thrive, to where marketing dollars, because that's a factor too these days. Kids want to be where they can be marketed, where they can make the most of their situation, not only on the field, but off the field. And so you look at the situation as a whole to where they'll get the best deal and they'll thrive in those situations. And so I'm with Deion on that.
You see, the reason I would go to Jacksonville with no problem at all is because I know Tom Coughlin was going to be a hell of a coach, and that was going to be a hell of a team. So you got to factor all that into the equation. Deion, them money-wise, that ain't whatever. They not worried about that. It's if he moves from the #1 guy to the 6th pick of the draft, he's going to lose several $1 million. But in the end, he's going to be in the right situation with the right people to succeed and make up that money in the long term.
Do you think there's some cities, just city alone, not team, but city, that Deion would not want his son to play in?
Yeah, I think there's some cities, of course. That's why he's saying it. Because the coaches are going to change.
Yeah.
The coaches going to, Shedeur could get drafted next year as the #1 pick in the draft, right? Assuming, I don't know who the team would be, just whatever.
Who knows?
And that coach gets fired.
Yeah.
Now it's a new coach that come in, but he in a city that embraces his style, his culture, who he is. You know, if he goes to some cities and towns that doesn't embrace that, doesn't matter if he has a new coach or not, he won't like it. And it'll be a bad situation.
So there's one team, one NFL team, that looks right now like it could be the worst team, and that is Tom Brady's old team, the Patriots, who have done less in free agency than my Dallas Cowboys have. And so now Gerard Mayo says, the new coach, well, we're open for business with this 3rd pick. We might not use it. Well, I could make a case they should wait a year because Shedeur's going to be sitting right there with the 1st pick if, in fact...
And then I'm going to make a case for Deion, don't send your son there.
Okay, that's why I was going to bring this man back into play, because we're talking about Boston, Massachusetts. Did you have any trepidation about playing there, even though it was the Celtics?
No, it was different for me. I didn't work out for Boston, but nor did I think I was going to be a 10th pick either. You know, I was projected to go top 5. Now, at the time, I was like, I didn't care what NBA team I would play for. I was happy just making it to the league. You know, I wasn't in... Times were a little different back then. You were happy to make it, and you didn't really hear a lot of players saying, I don't want to be there. I can't even think of a team to where I said I just didn't want to be there at the time. You know, just as a kid excited to make the NBA.
Okay.
Now, I'll tee it up a different way.
Yeah.
Did you ever experience some uncomfortable situations in Boston with the fan base?
Early on. They're very critical of you early on until you prove yourself. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, they didn't know if they wanted me there or if I belonged there. It definitely got comfortable with the fans, though.
Yeah.
You know, yelling out certain things you don't want to hear.
Yeah.
It happened early, but once I showed them who I was, it was all good.
But see, that's the difference. When I say I don't want him to go there, you're battling multiple things, right? #1 thing you battling is Tom Brady. Because no matter what you do,
I got it. You're right.
You ain't gonna never be Tom Brady.
Truth.
Right.
And on top of that, his personality, from an outsider looking in, that doesn't work for them. It doesn't wake you the time to watch out. They not in his daddy. Oh man, them people from just being an outsider.
I know.
The way that they gonna
you.
feel about the situation in Boston. Nah, that's probably not a good idea.
But Keyshawn, the kid can play.
I get it.
He can really,
I understand
really
it.
play.
I understand it.
Yeah. So you made the point, taking pressure off the kids. I also think it applies pressure to these kids going into next year because people are going to be expecting everything from both of them, and I think they will stand up and live up to everything.
I know what team he's going to go to, though, but I ain't even going to get your hopes up high.
Really?
I ain't gonna get your hopes about it. I can smell it a mile away.
The Cowboys.
You don't have inside
I can
information.
smell it a mile away.
The Cowboys.
Man, I can smell it a mile away. And when Deion said this, he didn't not mention Jerry Jones in the article. He mentioned Jerry Jones in the article.
Did he?
Yeah, he mentioned Roger Goodell. He was just saying he talks to a lot of people and a lot of people we know and this, that, and the other. And he mentioned Jerry Jones. I was like, oh, okay.
That's where he's going.
Oh, okay. We getting ready to do something here. Got it.
Maybe that's why Jerry's going to let Dak play it out and walk away.
Maybe that's the case.
But I don't know how Jerry's going to acquire the #1 overall pick to take Shedeur.
Well, maybe he doesn't have to be the #1 overall pick.
Because
maybe
Deion
the Dallas Cowboys is so bad this year that they're in the top 5, and Deion says, we don't want to go to whoever #1 is. I don't know who #1 would be, but we don't want to go to the Carolina Panthers. They got a quarterback already. And so now, you move from the 5th spot to the 3rd spot. And there he is, boom, sitting right there, because I don't want to go to the #2 team. So maybe that's the case.
I'll go on record as saying that Shedeur right now is better than Dak Prescott. As we speak, as he stands, wherever he is in Boulder, Colorado, he's better than Dak Prescott.
I love Deion, and I love Shedeur. And Deion Sanders wouldn't say that his son is better
He would
than
not
Dak
say
Prescott
that,
right
but
now.
he would believe that.
Not right now. Could he be better than Dak Prescott?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you this dude's scared. You act like Dak Prescott is just nothing. Like this dude is just like he's a bum.
2-5.
Think about what you're saying and you saying, Skip.
Think about what you've said on this show. There's just something missing.
Josh
Dak Prescott.
Allen hasn't
There's
won in the
something missing.
playoffs.
Yeah.
He lost. He ain't been in no Super Bowl.
Josh Allen's better than Dak Prescott. I'll take him in a heartbeat.
Man, they the same to me. They the same to me.
Same?
Same.
Really?
Exactly the same. Same.
I watched Josh Allen.
Neither one's been to the Super Bowl. Neither one has won an MVP.
I saw Josh really outplay him on a Thanksgiving Day game.
Yeah, he beat him.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't because you beat him. But what that mean?
Yeah.
Your team was better than his team on that day.
Yeah. You just want me to be stuck with Dak so that you can come in here and throw your chest out
I literally
Monday
just told you
Monday
the Cowboys are going to get in
Monday.
position to take Shedeur. I just said that.
Yeah.
So how do I want you to be stuck with Dak?
Because that sounds pie in the sky to me. I don't see it.
Or Shedeur could go to the Rams too. That'll be a good pick. That'll be a great fit. You got an offensive mind that's ridiculous in Sean McVay.
So now you just snatched him right out from under me, right?
You can't win for losing with him, man.
Well,
then Matthew Stafford.
You got my hopes up.
Matthew Stafford at any point.
I agree.
Now if you told me he's better than Carson Wentz right now, I would agree with you. I would agree with you.
Right.
And Carson Wentz is their backup. I would agree with you on that one, but he's not better than Dak right now.
He's got more potential than Dak, but not right now.
Because his head seems to be probably a little stronger.
Who?
Shedeur.
Oh.
Yeah. His head is probably a little stronger.
Shedeur is not better than Matt Stafford as we speak.
No, but I'm saying for the Rams, just say that the Rams get their hands on him. To sit behind Matthew Stafford for 1 year.
Absolutely.
And take over.
Beautiful. It's perfect.
You was Sean McVay? Oh, man, you died and went to heaven.
L.A., Hollywood.
Died and went to heaven.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
But Dallas would be perfecter, right?
Is that a word?
I just made it up because I like it, because it's true. Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Do you want more highlights from the show? Make sure to click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from Undisputed.